Hey guys, how's it going? Captain Spencer Clark, Breaking Bass Guide Service down here at Table Rock Lake. Been about a week since we've done a fishing report. Things are really changing fast down here at Table Rock. Today we got a ton of rain, had some flash flooding in a couple different areas, so you know that's going to be changing the bite out here on Table Rock Lake. This upcoming weekend there's the Yeti Open down here on Table Rock. It's an amateur only tournament. Guys are going to be competing for a brand new boat and a bunch of cash. And so what I want to do is just kind of give you guys some ideas on what to try maybe this weekend if you're looking for that real big bite out here on Table Rock. One thing that is always something to try this time of the year, guys, is a topwater bait. One of these Berkeley Choppos is something that you can start off with early in the day, but don't be afraid to throw this the entire day if you're looking for one big bite. Fish down here at Table Rock, they love these Choppos, Whopper Plopper style baits. Definitely something to pick up, you know, early in the morning, or if you got some low light conditions this weekend. With all this rain, you know, the water's cooling down, that topwater bite's going to be there. Another thing that you want to try is to upsize your bait. So the cull shad, the big one like this is a great one to throw. This white one is the one that I'd be picking up. This is something that you can go down those same banks that you're throwing one of these Choppos. If they're not committing to the topwater, you can pick this up and you know, just hunt down one big bite. Now with all the rain coming into the lake, there's going to be some dirty water in some of the creeks. So if you go up to James, you're in the Kings, or you're up in Long Creek, you're going to find some off-colored water. Probably one of the best big bass baits of all time has been the spinnerbait. With all this dirty water going to be coming into the lake, definitely want to try picking up an E-Factor lure spinnerbait. That stained water, it's going to be really hard to beat. This purple chartreuse one did really good in the spring down here at Table Rock throwing this. Definitely one to pick up when you get into that stained water where the water's got that green hue to it. This would be a great color to throw this weekend. The amount of rain that we got though, there's definitely going to be some dirty water as you get up those creeks. Wouldn't be opposed to picking up a white chartreuse painted blade spinnerbait. You can also throw the one that's got that orange kicker on it. This is when, you know, this coleslaw, white chartreuse, Colorado spinnerbait like this really comes into play, just because you got all that off-color water. Spinnerbait though is a great way to get a big bite when you're just looking for one bite. Now, you can always pick up a glide bait. So this is a bait here that you could throw, try to get a real big bite. I'd be throwing this around docks, like in the creeks, or real good pattern to fish this time of the year if you're looking for a big one is to pick out those isolated cedar trees. You can work a glide bait like this right around those, or any of that kind of stair-stepping like bluff rock, whether it's off of points. Just looking for those big fish areas. This is a great way to go about it. Can do some scoping with it, but definitely want to have a glide bait handy if you want to fish that way. Along with that spinnerbait, a square bill could be a great way, I think, this weekend to get a big bite. Get up into some of the creeks, the water's going to be coming up a little bit with all this rain. What you want to do with that square bill is really bounce it off that timber or any kind of wood that you can find. Really be keying in on some of those shallow pockets, those flatter banks. With all the rainfall, there might be some big ones sliding up into those areas. So this is something I would pick up too. You get out into the main lake, the clearer water, you get away from the creeks. If you're going to fish out there, one thing that a lot of guys are going to be doing, I think, this weekend is scoping fish. Right now, a lot of the shad on the main lake is really starting to build up to where there's going to be fish in those bait balls. Right now, the shad that I'm seeing out on Table Rock are about the size of this freeloader bait. This is the electric shad color. This is the color that I would be using in a minnow right now to scope a big one out of those shad piles. Throw this on like a 1/4 to an 1/8 ounce head, and this would be a great way to go about it if you're trying to scope a big one. Along with that, big flutter spoon like this Nichols Lures one, be another thing that you could throw to those fish that are suspended if you're looking for one big bite doing that. One of the best ways to catch a lot of fish that I think is going to, you know, put you in that check range this weekend, you know, say if you're looking for those high 3 to 4 pound fish, if you're just trying to get a check, would be picking up Arky Lures 350 crankbait in the Ghost Crawl. This time of the year in the past, guys, have done really good in some of the tournaments down here, caught a lot of, you know, real nice fish throwing this. You can throw this or one of these Spro rock crawlers in the Phantom Green. Both these baits do really well this time of the year. Fishing those transitions on the main lake is where I would use these. Anywhere where you got a bluff transitioning into like a pea gravel flat, a lot of the bluffs will do that. Those transition areas is where you're going to find the crank and bite. The whole trick with the crankbait, guys, is to reel the bait as fast as you can when you're working it. It's more of a reaction bite, and you're going to want to cover a lot of water. Great way to catch some, money fish though this weekend. Great way to go about it. So there you go, guys. There's some baits. Down here at M&H Outdoors, they've also got some Bait Cave Customs of cave crickets. Great bait that you want to maybe flip to some of that wood cover if you're up in the creeks, fishing for a big largemouth around some of those laydowns and any flood cover. Can't go wrong flipping a cave cricket. Make sure that you spool up with the appropriate line if you're going for that big bite. I wouldn't use anything less than 20 pound, just because when you get that big bite, the last thing you want to do is break it off. Down here at M&H Outdoors, they've got a lot of Seaguar and Vizix. This is my favorite line to use. This fluorocarbon is really strong, really dependable, but they've got a supply down here as well of that. But anyways, guys, if you're coming to the lake, fish the Yeti Open this weekend, need to get some of these lures to compete, check out M&H Outdoors down in Kimberling City. They got everything you need for the tournament this weekend, and really looking forward to see who catches that big fish and wins that big prize. So until next time, guys, good luck, good fishing, good luck this weekend. We'll see you on the water.